Very, very cold day, a very high wind chill. So that makes it definitely a challenge for first responders, and the cold itself is got to be another difficulty factor for the victim as well. And you see the sign there on Quarry Road. It's 112 Quarry Drive in Dallas, in Paulding County, where we are looking live right now. And we're actually looking inside of this hole where the gentleman is believed to be trapped, fallen 20 feet down into this hole, and debris fallen on top of this victim, according to Paulding Fire. So we see a ladder truck there, see a fire rescuer on top of the ladder truck, on top of the ladder of the truck. Then I'm going to move this super so you can kind of see a little bit more on the bottom side of your screen. That appears to be some sort of device similar to a stretcher or something of that sort, just under the ladder. But you see, it seems to be primarily fire officials there on the scene. And then on the left side, you see some device that they've got down into the hole at the moment. And you see the PCFD attire that they have on, Paulding County Fire Department. And these rescuers just continuing their work, because it's an issue of it's not just that the man fell down the hole and they've got to pull him out, a 20-foot drop. It's that he is trapped in debris. Debris actually fell on top of this victim, according to Paulding County Fire Rescue. So it's really a two-part process at the very least that it's going to take to rescue this man. Clearing this debris, freeing him from that debris, and then pulling him out. Clearly that's their area of expertise, and they would know, what the best approach is. But it does seem that this instrument that they've got going down into the hole is, kind of moving back and forth, and I'm not sure if this is to try to loosen up debris. Wish we could see, but again, he's 20 feet down. So I'm going to remove the graphic from the screen so we can get a clearer look. So, yeah, this rescue. Now, gosh, it does seem that this piece of equipment is moving some of the debris. So, and we do know that the gentleman is trapped in debris. But again, expected, he is described, I should say, as being conscious and alert. You see there's a Public Works, that's a Public Works truck. That it's equipment from a Public Works truck that is down in that hole. If you can see, the truck says Public Works on it. And so, of course, we know Public Works has all sorts of equipment for moving material, debris and so forth. So presumably that would be the step in the process where they are right now. But a very big response to try to free this victim trapped. And you see the medical helicopter on scene standing by should this gentleman need to be med flighted to a nearby hospital. Clearly they are ready. Clearly they are ready to take this victim to get whatever medical treatment he needs. But again, if you're just joining us, emergency responders are here on the scene of this rock quarry in Paulding County, working to rescue a man who has been trapped there at the quarry. This is according to officials in Paulding County. And what we have learned actually is that this man was on some sort of construction equipment, doing some sort of work at the quarry, on the quarry property, which is at 112 Quarry Drive in Dallas. Apparently the equipment that he was using gave way, and that is what resulted in this situation with him falling into a hole about 20 feet down, according to Paulding County fire officials. And then after that, material fell onto this man. The good news is he is said to be alive. He is said to be alert. But he is reportedly trapped up to his chest in debris there. So we've got, as you can see on your screen, multiple fire units and equipment on the site to assist with the rescue. We saw a public works vehicle. We saw a medical helicopter there ready to transport him to any hospital where he may be able to get treatment. And you see that piece of equipment that is extending from a public works truck down into this hole. And then you see there on the left side, you see a fire rescuer on the ladder truck with some sort of another instrument. And we also see on the left side of the screen, appears to be a stretcher on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Is that a stretcher? Let's see. We do know that there's stretchers there because we see there's an ambulance and a medical helicopter, so there should be at least one stretcher on the scene. And you know, on the right side of your screen, you do see some construction equipment, a crane, and you know, not sure if this is. It's just not clear if this is the piece of equipment that he was working on. We do know that he was on construction equipment when this incident happened. He was on construction equipment and the equipment gave way. And that's when he fell into a hole about 20 feet down. Now you see, this is a Cobb County Fire and Emergency Services truck. It's a collapse response unit, so they're specializing in collapse response. We've also learned Wayne Davis Concrete in Dallas, Georgia is a company who was doing work on the site.
That's the site.
Okay, or is the site. Okay, and so clearly it's Paulding County that's leading the rescue efforts, but you see that they've called in Cobb County as well. So often you do see mutual aid where you have multiple counties and municipalities that will help each other in a mutual aid type situation. And just kind of increase their response. And look at the bottom. You can see that there is, on the lower level of this building, you see another fire rescuer working from below where the individual seems to be trapped. So now you see from multiple angles that that these crews are working to free this victim trapped. But again, this victim was apparently working on construction equipment here at this rock quarry, and the construction equipment apparently gave way, resulting in this man falling 20 feet down and being trapped by debris there. So really some tense moments, really tense moments see all of these first responders from not just Paulding County, but Cobb County, teaming up, trying to get this man to safety. It's really cold out, we know that. Very cold out. The chill, the wind chill factor is also there, but these gentlemen also, you know, just standing out there trying to do their jobs. It's not clear what exactly the sort of construction that was going on, what it was, but again, this gentleman apparently was operating construction equipment, and the equipment that he was on gave way. So again, this live rescue underway at this rock quarry in Paulding County. And so, you know, because this is a rock quarry, we know what we do know is that rock quarries are places where rocks are mined or other raw materials are mined. Maybe it's sand, minerals, etc. That's where material is mined and then used, you know, in construction jobs elsewhere, right? So what we know is that in the process of using some construction equipment there on site, the equipment gave way, and that's when this victim fell into this hole about 20 feet. And some of the debris actually fell on him and trapped him there. But, you know, it is a rock quarry, so it's routine that rock mining for minerals, mining for sand or other raw materials happens at rock quarries using construction equipment, and then that material is then, you know, transported to construction sites and so forth where it's needed. But it was a piece of construction equipment that this individual was on that apparently gave way, leading him to fall 20 feet down this hole, and for debris to fall on him, trapping him inside. So what we have is a huge response involving mutual aid, because we see not just Paulding County Fire Rescue involved, we saw Cobb County with a fire rescue vehicle there as well. We saw a public works vehicle there. In fact, right now, when you're looking at this, this kind of tube down into the hole there, we were able to see earlier that this tube is connected to a public works vehicle. You know, of course, public works often has equipment to, you know, they keep the roads clear, etc. And, you know, the road resurfacing, all of that, that's what they do. So they have this sort of equipment that can move around material, such as what we see here. Because again, the issue is that this victim is trapped in debris. It's not as simple as just pulling him out. They've got to free him from whatever debris has fallen on him and trapped him in this hole 20 feet down. But again, this is at the rock quarry at 112 Quarry Drive in Dallas. And, you know, of course, being a rock quarry, the purpose of it is to be a site where rocks and other raw material are mined and then, you know, taken to construction sites to be used, you know, in the process of construction where, you know, maybe rocks or sand or other minerals are needed. But what we do know is that the construction equipment was being used by this victim, and this construction equipment gave way. And it led this victim to fall 20 feet down this hole and become trapped. So huge rescue response underway. And you see Paulding County fire crews, and you see them, with their uniforms. We saw Cobb County as well providing mutual aid. We saw Public Works. Again, that is a Public Works vehicle with their equipment there on the scene. And now you see a man down, attached to the ladder truck. He's got ropes around his body. You see he's got a hard hat on, and he is just digging. He's just trying to dig out whatever debris there is. Maybe that's where this gentleman is trapped. I mean, look, they're trying to find him. They're trying to, not just, I shouldn't say find him, they're trying to free him. So you see this rescuer attached to the red and the bluish black ropes there, which are attached to the ladder truck belonging to Paulding County Fire Rescue. And he is physically just digging. So, very, very active braking situation. Huge response to try to get this gentleman to safety. Again, the great news here is that we've learned that the gentleman is alert and he is breathing. Thank goodness. So we see numerous first responders here gathered around this hole where the man has fallen some 20 feet and was trapped inside. And yes, that does appear to be a stretcher on the left side of the screen. We did see one ambulance, and we also saw one medical helicopter on the scene. So obviously these first responders are prepared. As soon as they can pull this man out, they can get him to the nearest hospital or the best hospital for his situation to get treatment. But wow, look at that piece of debris that was just loosened up, because you saw one of the rescuers down in the hole and essentially just shoveling, using some kind of instrument, maybe it was a shovel, hard to see from here, just to try to loosen up the debris. And we saw just kind of big chunks of it coming loose. And hopefully, this is kind of clearing the way to get this gentleman out. But again, this is happening at the rock quarry at 112 Quarry Drive in Dallas, in Paulding County, where they are working to free a man who fell 20 feet down into this hole and got trapped in debris here. So just, this is a rock quarry. So the work that they do, that is done at a rock quarry, is mining for rocks, mining for, sand, minerals, raw material, and then that can be used in construction. So this victim was apparently using construction equipment, and somehow this equipment that he was on gave way. That resulted in him falling 20 feet down this hole where you see all this equipment, and not only falling 20 feet down, but getting debris fall on top of him and becoming trapped. So very interesting. What we see now is a rescue from multiple angles. I mean, an amazing, incredible response, because you see on the upper level these efforts with the Public Works truck on your right side of your screen, with an instrument going down into the hole to, it appears to be to free some of the debris. And then on the left side of your screen, you see the ladder from the Paulding County Fire Rescue fire truck, from which one of the rescuers was hurled down on ropes and is down in that hole right now. And we've seen him use it looks like a shovel or some kind of instrument to loosen up some of this debris. And then when we get a chance, you'll see on the lower level below that there was another rescuer working from the lower level in a different way. Very big response here. Not just Paulding County responding, Cobb County responding with their fire rescue team, and Public Works with their vehicle there. And we've seen at least one ambulance, at least one medical helicopter on the scene as well. So, again, just an active rescue that's underway. And we're watching and waiting for some good news. We're hoping that this rescue can be a success. We've been live with this at least, I want to say at least 30 minutes at this point. And gosh, can you imagine the moments that it, how terrifying really it must be for this gentleman. And it's cold, it's just a miserable day to be stuck outside. Obviously this gentleman was doing work outside. Now here he is, he's fallen 20 feet down into this hole, and he's covered in debris and he's trapped. And so these rescuers are doing everything they can to get him out, but what a miserable and terrifying situation this must be for this victim who, thank goodness, he is alert, he is breathing, he is responsive. So now we're seeing, looks like these gentlemen are kind of manipulating the ropes that are extended down into the hole. And remember that we saw one of the rescuers go down from those ropes. So we saw a rescuer go down into the hole attached to those red and bluish black ropes that you see going down into the hole. And we saw that rescuer use, something like a shovel to try to free up some of the debris around this poor gentleman trapped in there. You see a ladder down there, down into the hole on the left side clearly. And then on the right side, you see that instrument attached to the Public Works vehicle. And, from this angle, we can't exactly see down the hole, but, we can see that there's a lot of effort going on, that there have been efforts going on to free up the debris, get this man free from the debris. They've got to do that. He's trapped in the debris. First, you got to get the debris off of him, get him free from that before you can think about pulling him out, right? So that's what appears to be underway right now. And it's been a tremendous response. Again, not just Paulding County, but we saw a Cobb County fire response on the scene, as well as that big Public Works truck that you're looking at the top of your screen right now, and at least one ambulance and at least one medical helicopter. So it's a huge response. And it is common that there are mutual aid agreements between different municipalities and different counties, so that they can kind of be all hands on deck and support each other if they need some extra help. But Paulding County fire truck, you can see their ladder is being used right now. The ladder truck that they use for fighting fires being used clearly in this rescue. And I see that these rescuers are gathered looking down into that hole. Hopefully that's a good sign. We don't know, but we hope it's a good sign. But again, the gentleman who is down in that hole and hopefully will be rescued soon, he was working on construction equipment when that construction equipment gave way. This is according to Paulding County officials, and he fell 20 feet down that hole and got trapped in debris. So, very frightening situation. Now, again, this is a rock quarry, and that a rock quarry is a quarry is a place where rocks are mined, sand, other raw materials are mined, and they're taken other places to then be used in construction. So this gentleman presumably was doing some mining work, using the construction equipment to do so when it gave way, and just looking here on the screen, what rescuers are doing. And they seem to be dropping something down into the hole right now. You see the gentleman in the red, one of the red uniforms, kind of bringing something down into the hole, and then another gentleman trying to reach it. You see this, and that looks like it could be something to pull this victim out. We hope. But they've dropped that yellow rope down. Okay, no, it was something he's dropped something down, and a black item is now with the rescuer who's down in the hole. Not clear what is he doing at this time, but looks like that item was dropped down using a yellow rope. Yellow rope came back up without the black item that was attached to it. But this rescue still very, very active. Long time for this gentleman to be stuck out in the cold, with debris on top of him after he fallen 20 feet down into this hole at this rock quarry. So some really, really tense moments. And our Atlanta News First helicopter giving you these live images of the scene, over the scene. And we've been up with this for, I want to say, about 40 minutes or so. And it's taken every second just to get to the point where they are now, and it's still mission not yet accomplished. But the good news here is that this victim is alert, is breathing, is conscious, according to our last update from officials. So hopefully that remains the case. But we did see at least one ambulance and at least one medical helicopter on site ready to transport this victim when they are able to pull him out, which we hope is soon. We hope that this man can get some relief and get some medical attention soon. Because again, this victim was, according to Paulding County officials, working with construction equipment when the equipment gave way, leading to him falling 20 feet down that hole that you're looking at right now, and having debris fall on top of him, trapping him underneath. Again, because this is a rock quarry, we know rock quarries are places where rocks are mined, raw materials, maybe sand, minerals are mined, and then taken to other places for use in construction. But look at this gentleman in the red, this first responder in the red. I'm going to remove the graphic just for a moment so you can kind of see. Looks like some kind of digging going on. I'm not really sure. But we did see earlier that instrument on the right side of your screen, that kind of tube-like instrument, was being used to move some of the debris. Again, this poor gentleman, this victim, trapped under debris is what happened, according to officials. So, our news helicopter trying to fly over the scene while also get you these images. So there's a little bit of movement in this process. A lot happening, clearly. It's a lot happening, and it's can be overwhelming for anyone involved in this sort of situation, of course. But again, you see on the left side, you see a public works vehicle, and that public works equipment being used somehow in this process. It looked to be being used for clearing some of the debris. And on the right side, you see the ladder truck, which is a Paulding County fire rescue ladder truck. When I'm sure you've seen with the fire rescues that the ladder truck is typically used for fighting the fire, especially on the higher stories. But look, there's some activity. What's happening? Let's see. We got the gentleman in the white hard hat and the red uniform. Some movement inside the home, some movement of some sort. Let me see. Sometimes I take away the graphics so we can just get a clearer look. And land and use first helicopter, just rotating, trying to get you the best look possible as well. But it's not always easy trying to fly a helicopter and thinking about camera work as well. But we did see earlier that this that yellow rope had dropped down an item into the hole. It looks like it's down again. Not sure, not clear yet what it's doing at this point. It's not always easy to get a clear shot. Okay, so looking here live once again, we see these fire rescuers, working in this area. Down this hole, 20 feet deep is where a gentleman has fallen, 20 feet with debris falling on top of him and trapping him. So a really frightening situation for him, presumably so. It's really cold today, can't be comfortable. Hopefully he's not in pain. The good news is that we know, he is alert, conscious, responsive. That is according to Paulding County fire officials. And, there is at least one ambulance on the scene and at least one medical helicopter on the scene as well. And now we see a second rescuer going down into this hole. We saw one gentleman with the red uniform and the white hard hat, and now we see a second one going down into this hole. And, not clear exactly what they're doing at this moment, but we know it's all to try to save this man. We know that it's all to try to save this gentleman. And again, if you're just joining us, just to recap, this gentleman was apparently doing some work on some construction equipment here at the rock quarry. When the equipment gave way, he fell 20 feet down this hole, and then debris fell on top of him, trapping him. So really a frightening situation. I mean, it's a relief that he is alert and breathing, according to officials. And this rescue, we've been bringing you live coverage of this rescue, almost 50 minutes now at this point. A massive response. There you see the medical helicopter. That is a medical helicopter. Let me move the graphics so you can actually get a better look at it. They are ready. They are standing by to take him wherever he needs to go. That Air Life flight. And they're ready to transport him as quickly as possible, as soon as he can get into either that helicopter or the ambulance that's on the scene. And, it's a huge response, not just Paulding County, but we have seen Cobb County fire rescue crews on the scene, as well as Public Works and those medical teams, medical first responders. It is common, with especially, smaller counties that may have a little bit lighter, thinner staff, that there is a mutual aid response and that these counties will help each other out. And that's what we see here, where we see Paulding County is having this rescue, a major rescue mission underway, and we have seen Cobb County coming to help in the rescue. And, as we've been watching here, this live, we're kind of just getting these numerous different angles for you so you can see what's happening. But, we see numerous fire trucks there on the scene. And we look at the lower level. Let me remove this graphic. Look at the lower level. You see, now we just went past it. There was a rescuer at the lower level of this hole, really essentially below where the victim would be, where some of the rescuers would be, doing some work on the lower end. And then on the top end, you see these other rescuers at work trying to free this man. But, it's a rock quarry, so this is a place where mining takes place, where rocks are mined, where sand, minerals are mined. That's what happens at a rock quarry. And this gentleman was working on construction equipment at this rock quarry when this equipment gave way, according to fire officials. And that resulted in him falling 20 feet down, getting trapped in the debris. Now, you can see that white hard hat. You see now I see two white hard hats and two gentlemen in red uniforms with the white hard hats. And I want to just give you a heads up that as soon as we are able to see this victim, see that he's safely rescued, I just want you to know we're planning to just give him a little privacy, because we're not sure if his family's been notified about the situation, and how he would feel about being on a live stream. So as soon as we're able to see him and his face, we're going to just kind of turn away to just give him a little bit of privacy. But we do want to make sure that we are able to see that a rescue is underway and happening successfully. We do want to make sure that he is rescued successfully. So, we're showing you this on this live stream here. And you see the ladder down into the hole. Now I see a white hard hat, two white hard hats inside that hole. Oh no, just one white hard hat at this moment. But I did see two a moment ago. These rescuers down there, and again, this victim has fallen 20 feet down into this hole, debris falling on top of him, trapping him inside. Very frightening situation. And it's really all hands on deck here. Not just Paulding County Fire Rescue, but Cobb County Fire Rescue, Public Works, an ambulance, and a Life Med helicopter there. Or Air Life helicopter, I should say, there. And you can see some of the debris in the kind of enclosure right next to the hole where they're working. And hopefully this rescue can be made in, promptly and safely. All hoping for the best for this gentleman, of course. So 1:53 p.m. again, just showing you these live images if you're just joining us at this rock quarry in Paulding County in Dallas. It's at 112 Quarry Drive in Dallas. And this is where this rescue, we've been showing you this rescue now for almost an hour, more than 50 some minutes at this point. This rescue still underway at this moment. And, you know, again, what happened here is that this victim was working on construction equipment. It somehow gave way. He fell 20 feet down into that hole. Debris fell on top of him and it trapped him. So there's this huge response underway. Not just Paulding County Fire Rescue, but you see Cobb County Fire Rescue providing some mutual aid. We saw a public works vehicle there. We do see it there on the site. In fact, it is an instrument belonging to Public Works that is down the hole right now on the left side of your screen with that kind of tube-like instrument. And it seemed to be that was used to kind of clear some debris. And you see this gentleman, the white hard hat, the red uniform on the ladder in this hole, trying to help rescue this gentleman, doing some work here at the rock quarry. And, you know, again, being a rock quarry, the sort of work that goes on here is that rocks are mined, you know, other raw materials are mined using construction equipment and so forth, and taken off to construction sites for building. See multiple fire rescue vehicles there on the site, apart from one ambulance, one medical helicopter. And we're just staying with this, hoping that we can, that there's a successful rescue that happens. Very cold temperatures right now. But, you know, these rescuers still hard at work on this. And it seems that they're leaning over a little bit more than they were previously. You know, hopefully that's a good sign. And you see kind of some gesturing from the rescuers up above the ground. Looks like they might be gesturing a little bit to the gentleman below. Now you see the two white hard hats and the two gentlemen in the red uniforms in the hole there. We're hoping that they come out with this victim any moment. That's what we hope to see. And, you know, we've been bringing you this live almost for an hour now at this point, that this rescue's been underway. Because, again, it's not just a matter of pulling this gentleman out of a hole, and he did fall 20 feet down. It is, you know, they got to clear the debris. They have to clear the debris to get him free. Because, again, he fell 20 feet down, and then debris fell on top of him, trapping him up to his chest, is what we've learned from officials. So it's a really extensive rescue that has gone on. Thankfully, Paulding County was able to rely on mutual aid from Cobb County Fire Rescue and the Public Works and the different emergency medical response teams, from the ambulance to the Air Life helicopter as well. I'm just staying here showing you these live images, hoping that this gentleman can be pulled to safety sometime soon. But again, you see that Dallas, Georgia Public Works vehicle right there. It says Dallas, Georgia right there. on the emblem on the side of it. This is in Dallas, Georgia. This is at 112 Quarry Drive in Dallas, Georgia. This instrument is moving. That seems to be a good sign. I'm not sure. That instrument belonging to Public Works is moving. It's in the hole, moving around, hopefully clearing some debris. Hopefully clearing some debris. But we're saying with this image. Saying with this image, and hopefully we can, we'll be able to bring you some good news here. The shot freezing up at times, but again, the rescue crews from Paulding County and from Cobb County involved in this rescue effort. Now we see 2 white hard hats in red uniforms down in that hole where we've been told that the victim fell 20 feet and then debris fell on him, trapping him chest deep inside of that hole. It looks like these rescuers are digging. And again, I mean, the gentleman is trapped in debris, or chest high, trapped in debris. It looks like they are digging, perhaps trying to free him. And hopefully they could be successful. We've been bringing you this live coverage for more than an hour at this point, and hoping that, this gentleman will get some help. He is getting help clearly, but in terms of getting him medical attention, we saw the ambulance on the scene, we saw the Air Life helicopter on the scene, we saw a stretcher right there at the top of this kind of embankment, and the hope is he can get pulled to safety. Again, the good news is he is alert, he is breathing, according to officials there. Hopefully that remains the case. You see that tube-like instrument that is attached to a Dallas, Georgia Public Works vehicle. Again, this is in Dallas, Georgia. And then you see that ladder on the left side. It had been attached to and then you see the ladder truck next to it, just above it. That's attached to a Paulding County fire rescue vehicle. And these ladder trucks you often see used for fires to get on the higher levels, higher stories, and fight fires from above, but obviously proving to be very helpful in this particular rescue situation, where again you see fire crews from not just Paulding County but Cobb County as well, providing mutual aid. Looks like these gentlemen are digging. And it has been quite a task. Again, we've been live with this for more than an hour now, and still, they're still at work trying to get this gentleman freed. It's not clear what exactly kind of material this is that they're trying to free him from, but it's a rock quarry, so that means that mining of rocks, sand, other minerals, raw materials takes place at a rock quarry, and sometimes it could be heavy. We hope that it hasn't crushed him in some capacity, but we do understand that the man was trapped chest deep in this debris. So if it was light and he were able to just shake it off of himself, I'm sure he would have done that. But we are seeing that these rescue crews are digging, trying to get him out. We are seeing that tube-like instrument attached to the Dallas, Georgia Public Works vehicle is kind of rotating. Perhaps that's being used to move debris. I'm not sure if there's a suction. I don't know. Perhaps it just moves the debris around, but at any rate, they're clearly trying to move debris, clearly trying to remove debris from this man and get him freed. And you see some of those ropes. There are ropes attached to the rescuers who have been sent down to be able to pull them out as well and keep them safe. And you see that white hard hat inside the hole. We see the gentleman with the white hard hat and the red uniform, and he is, manipulating that tube-like instrument that's attached to the Dallas, Georgia Public Works vehicle. And they're really trying their best to try to get this man free. And again, another look there at the medical helicopter standing by to transport the victim to the best or the nearest hospital for him, to get him whatever treatment he might need. It's very cold out. That definitely is a stress on the body, that it's cold, it's windy, and this man has been trapped in debris, chest high, after falling 20 feet. So, I would assume he'd need some medical attention. But you see on the right side of your screen some construction equipment and a crane. And again, just to kind of back up for a moment, this victim was on construction equipment when it somehow gave way, and that's when he fell 20 feet down that hole. And then the debris fell on top of him, and it trapped him all the way to his chest. So we're, of course, praying for the best for him. Hopefully this can be a successful rescue. Hopefully this man can get out quickly, get to a hospital, get some medical treatment, get warm, and get some help and some relief. Obviously they're doing everything they can right now to help him. So you see on the left side, you see that stretcher there waiting for him. The left side of your screen, there's that stretcher there. And we've been live with this well over an hour now. Just hoping that we can see this man get out to safety soon here. Sure that every moment has just been harrowing for this man being trapped. So just seeing some of the chatter on our stream. It is a rock quarry. It is actually a rock quarry, and of course that's where this is mined. The rocks are mined, raw materials are mined, and it was construction equipment that this gentleman was on. And no, I am not a construction expert. I see a comment. I certainly am not a construction expert, so I don't know what that instrument is that is coming from the Public Works vehicle belonging to the Dallas, Georgia Public Works. But I see that it is being used to aid in the rescue here. We do know that this gentleman was trapped by debris chest high, fell 20 feet down this hole. Yes, we were able to confirm that this is in fact a rock quarry, 112 Quarry Drive in Dallas, Georgia. As you may know, rock quarries are where rocks and other raw materials are mined, and this gentleman was using construction equipment on this job site, and apparently this construction equipment gave way. He fell 20 feet down that hole, and then debris fell on top of him, and it trapped him to his chest. And thank goodness we are happy to report that according to Paulding County fire officials, he's been reported to be alert, he's been reported to be breathing, but he's still stuck in that hole, unfortunately. We've been live with this well over an hour, and it just must feel like an eternity for him being trapped down there with debris on him and being so cold today. We did see, you see that stretcher on the right side of your screen. We saw an airlife helicopter. We saw a ground ambulance as well. So these crews are ready, standing by to give him whatever medical attention he may need as soon as they can pull him out. And these crews, we saw two rescuers actually go down on ropes down this hole, and they were wearing these red uniforms that you see with the white hard hats. So we're just kind of keeping an eye out to see what activity happens next. Hopefully they can pull this man to safety. But again, it's Paulding County where this has happened. It's in Dallas, Georgia. But, we've seen the mutual aid response from Cobb County as well. We saw the different medical response teams there on site apart from the fire rescue, in addition to the Dallas, Georgia Public Works vehicle using their equipment to try to get this man to safety. But we're just really hoping that this turns out all right for this man. Unfortunately, we cover situations that don't turn out well, right? And it's quite a fall that this poor man has suffered, falling 20 feet down into that hole because the construction equipment that he was working with had given way. So he fell 20 feet down into that hole, and the debris all fell on top of him and essentially trapped him to his chest. He was trapped to his chest in debris. So big effort underway, just trying to get this gentleman out. So you see that Dallas, Georgia Public Works vehicle right there. Look, it looks like they're pulling something out. Some kind of progress seems to be happening, we hope. Let me drop this. I'm going to remove the graphic for a second just so we can get a clear look here. Two of the rescuers in the red uniforms with the white hard hats were down in that hole, attached to ropes. We saw them digging. Haven't seen them for a moment just because of the camera angle. It's not always easy to, operate a news helicopter and worry about the camera angle at the same time. But, our crew is definitely trying to do their best to give you a good look at what's happening out there in Paulding County in Dallas, Georgia. Okay, there we see a white hard hat with a red uniform once again. We're hoping we're going to see some good news here. I mean, again, I'm very happy to report that even though this victim has fallen 20 feet down and been covered with debris and trapped to his chest, that officials have been reporting that he has been seen alert and breathing and responsive. Thank goodness. Now, one gentleman looks like he is climbing up, making his way out. We see a second hard hat. Second hard hat. Looking up. And hopefully we're going to see the victim here pretty soon. But again, if you are just joining us, we've been with this an hour and 15 minutes now, where we've been showing you this live rescue underway in Paulding County, in the municipality of Dallas, Georgia. And looks like they are making some progress. Again, the victim that they're trying to help, it looks like they're getting that stretcher ready, which is a great sign. The victim they've been trying to help, again, he was using construction equipment. It somehow gave way, and he fell 20 feet down into that hole. Debris fell on him, and it trapped him chest deep. That's according to Paulding County fire officials. The great news is we're seeing some progress. Looks like they're getting that stretcher ready, so hopefully he's getting close to coming out. When that happens, I am going to come off of the shot because we don't want to violate his privacy, and we're not sure if his family's been notified of what's happening, and we're not sure how he would feel about being on live television or live streaming. So hopefully we are able to see him come out a little bit, and then we're going to just show some respect and privacy and not show his face when that happens. But again, we've been live here well over an hour and 15 minutes as the Paulding County Fire Rescue, along with the Cobb County Fire Rescue, Dallas, Georgia Public Works, the ambulance, the Air Life helicopter, all of these individuals here on the scene working to get this gentleman to safety. And we're really hoping that this gentleman can get out soon. I'm sure he's hoping the same thing. Been with you almost an hour, 20 minutes live here on this stream, showing you this rescue underway. We do see some news crews there on the ground. We're showing you this live look from the air, obviously, from our Atlanta News First helicopter, news helicopter here. And and again, this gentleman doing some sort of work on a construction equipment there at the rock quarry, and equipment gave way, resulted in him falling 20 feet down that hole. Some debris falling on top of him, trapping him to his chest. Must be such a frightening situation. But obviously, being a rock quarry, it's a place where rocks and other debris, raw materials, I should say, are mined, taken off to construction sites and so forth to be used there. But looks like now they're bringing down the yellow pole. Hopefully we'll be able to report some good news of this rescue. Just happy to be able to report that this victim is alert and breathing, according to fire officials. That's great news, because falling 20 feet down a hole, being trapped chest high in debris, falling on top of you, that could definitely be lead to serious injury, if not worse. So we're just happy to be able to report that he is alert and he is breathing. And there you see the Air Life helicopter standing by to take him away and get him whatever medical care he might need. And just kind of watching and waiting. Because obviously the crews need to be careful when they're freeing him of debris, because they don't want it to trigger some other collapse of other debris, for other debris to kind of fall on top of him. So, it's been a process. We've been up live for more than an hour and 20 minutes. It's been a process, and it's a delicate process. We want to make sure that they don't cause more harm than good. And so, yeah, we're just staying live with this, and it sounds like it was some sort of concrete silo where this incident happened. And so hopefully the weight of that debris hasn't caused this victim serious injury. I mean, again, we are thankful that he's alert and breathing. All right, so we just want to let you know that we are also following the latest on our website, atlantanewsfirst.com. Looks like our helicopter is pulling away. They may have run out of fuel. We're working to find that out. Want you to know that this is our top story right now at atlantanewsfirst.com. Emergency, as you see on our top story, emergency responders working to rescue a trapped man in Paulding County in a rock quarry. So you see that's our top story on atlantanewsfirst.com. Encourage you to stay there for any updates. We're going to keep following that. Our helicopter, I'll just show you, this is not any noteworthy shot. I just want to show you what's happening. Just this is why we pulled away, because we have the helicopter pulling away, presumably to refuel, because we have been live with this for almost an hour and a half. So it appears our news helicopter needs to pull away to refuel, but we're going to keep following this. Just go to atlantanewsfirst.com and you can find updates there. And again, just, we're going to stay up to date with all the latest. Again, what you've just seen is the live rescue underway in Paulding County of a man who fell 20 feet down a silo there at the rock quarry on Quarry Drive in Dallas, Georgia. That rescue was underway to help this man who not only fell 20 feet down, but had debris fall on him, trapping him up to his chest. You saw Paulding County Fire Rescue Crews. You saw Cobb County Fire Rescue Crews providing mutual aid. We saw also the Dallas, Georgia Public Works vehicle there. We saw an Air Life helicopter there on the scene, as well as a ground ambulance, and all these crews working to get him the help that he needs. Our helicopter, unfortunately, was running out of fuel and had to pull away, but we, of course, have a crew on the ground, and we're going to capture all of the new developments and hopefully be able to bring you some good news. In the meantime, I want to point you to our website, atlantanewsfirst.com, where you can get any of the latest updates. Also encourage you to sign up for alerts to get them sent right to your phone. And our next live newscast on television starts a little more than 30 minutes from now at 3 p.m. if you want to check there for updates as well. All right, thank you so much for being with us. Have a good day.